Hello, and welcome back to Hope Beyond the Broken. We're so excited that you guys have decided to come back and join us this week. Please share, subscribe to our channel so we are able to continue to bring this positive feedback and positive stories to you. It is so exciting that we are able to share different people's journeys. So please join, subscribe, share this with someone, and now to the next episode. Hi, and welcome back to Hope Beyond the Broken. The panel looks kind of different, doesn't it? Today we are joined with our sister, but I am Damaris.
Hi.
We thought we were gonna do it in order, but it's okay.
You're just like,
We've already started. This is the way we get along, right? We just roll with it. And we have our sisters, and what is y'all name?
my name is Rebecca. And Priscilla.
And Priscilla.
Rebecca's excited.
She's excited to participate. So one of the things that sometimes people ask us is why we have four mics when there's only two people in the podcast. This is the reason why. Even though they're not in front of the cameras, they're still part of the podcast. They are our confidants, our friends, and the people that we talk to about everything we need to talk, that we talk to you guys about. So our life, we share with each other. So when we come to you guys, we probably already processed it between the sisters. So it is a joy and a pleasure that God has given us to be able to be together. We're here celebrating our brother-in-law's birthday, but we're here to also be together. I know you guys have seen them on our lives, but we are so grateful that they're here. So I'm just gonna let them tell you how they feel. The setup is a little different. We're just gonna pick some questions and we're all gonna give our perspective of what we think about it. But we're gonna start with Rebecca.
We forgot the tissues.
Oh, we'll be fine. We'll do
There's
this.
some over there. I'll grab them over there.
We'll do like this. Go ahead, Rebecca. How you feel about being here today?
I feel great. Thank you for having us here with you guys today. It's a pleasure being part of this one way or another. For those that don't know, we live in Boston, Massachusetts. My sisters live in Florida, and that's why we're not able to always get together. But I love that we were celebrating my brother-in-law's birthday. It was a success. But also, I'm so happy that we were able to get together as a family.
Priscilla.
I think I was the one that opposed to do this today. Not because I just don't like being in the camera. So, but I'm excited. I'm just ready to get into it.
Is that how you feeling?
Of course, amazing. I'm with my sisters, so we've had a great time in family. So
Yes.
we are happy to be here.
Did you just get sentimental? Because I got sentimental when I started doing the introduction. Don't know why.
Already?
Yes.
I got
That's because I
sentimental.
was the tissue.
Oh God.
Yeah, we can. Y'all should know this about it now.
I told you. I told you.
So one of the things that we wanted to do was not interview our sisters because we know them very well. However, we wanted to do something interactive. We are a lot the same, but we're also very different. And so sometimes the way you grow up, everybody has a perspective of what a relationship with your parent is or your relationship with your sister is, and we all have our own perspective of what that is, but we also have our own story. And so we've all gone through stuff, but we have one thing that we share in common. We lost our parents. So it has helped us to rely even more on us and the teachings that they gave us. And so we are able to face life challenges together. So with that being said, we're gonna pick a question and then we're gonna let our guests, right? We'll start with Rebecca and then we'll be Priscilla that can pick a question because as you can tell, she can't stay still. Because she's so excited.
If you know me, you know that that's just me. I'm excited though.
And we'll start with that and we'll all kind of give our perspective. That's pretty much it. Y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, girl.
So you pick and you answer first and then we'll.
Yeah, you can answer it first and then we can go around the table.
Okay, my question is, what message of hope would you give to families or siblings who feel distant or disconnected? What I would say is that be open-minded. Everybody goes through different times in their lives. Like if you have a cousin, a brother, an aunt, anybody that's a relative that you grew up with, but now you haven't seen each other for a long time and you haven't really connected, just have grace for yourself and for that person, because people change, people evolve, and sometimes in ways we like and sometimes ways we don't like. But that is not our problem. If that is that person, you still have to love and respect that person. It's funny because my oldest daughter was having that conversation with me, and if you know, we were brought up in a Christian home, and we were very sheltered also. Like, our church was our family, so we didn't really have a lot of connection with our biological family. I know my mom's side more than my dad, and we did with my dad after we were older. And my daughter asked me all the time, she's like, how are you okay with not like really spending time with your cousins that much? And I was like, because I was used to it, because I wasn't around them. But when we do come together, we love on each other. I feel that we don't hold any grudge or anything when it comes to not being able to be with each other all the time. And we just love on each other when we see each other. But for her, I didn't understand that was still important. I thought for me, I was like, oh, we're ghetto, we love each other. Every time we see each other, it's like nothing. But to them, it's like, we don't have a lot of family, So I want to be close to my family. So having that conversation and now getting this paper confirms that we do one thing our way, but it also reflects on our kids, and we have to really take into consideration how our kids feel about stuff, even if we don't feel the same way. So I want to thank my dad for showing me a lesson today and confirming it.
Priscilla?
What was the question again?
Well, we gotta answer each question. We have to give our perspective, honey.
What message of
You'll
hope?
make me talk really today.
What message of hope would you give to families or siblings who feel distant or disconnected?
I think I would repeat everything you said, echo everything you said, but also just be creative in the way that you find ways to connect with them, and it's not always going to be in person. So trying to connect through social media or through text, sending our cousins, Wale sends us a morning prayer every morning, no falla, which we appreciate. So that's like really small ways to stay connected. So just finding ways other than the traditional, like, let's meet up and do something, because in our unique circumstances, we don't live in the same city or state. So we have to be creative. So it's like text messaging, sending each other YouTube videos, sending each other memes, So just throughout the day, FaceTime, yeah. So just being open-minded, graceful, giving each other grace in the same, like Rebecca said, we're all in different places in our lives, and she may have her kids that are grown, so she has a lot more time in her hand, but my daughter's small, so I may not have. So we try to, work and not hold each other to a standard that is not realistic, because it's not the same situation that you're in. And just understanding that, and just, taking that in consideration as well, and not being like, oh, well, you never want to come out, or you never have time, So just making those conscious decisions is important.
Yeah.
Can you read the question? I really kind of know what.
What message of hope would you give to families or siblings who feel distant or disconnected?
Yes. So I definitely agree with everything they both said. I think that grace is important to show with your family members. And I think prayer as well, praying for your siblings, praying, and learn to know that you can agree to disagree with your family members, even though they might not see eye to eye. Not all of the time we see eye to eye, but we do maintain that respect, and we do look out for each other. And it's like I have certain friends or certain family members, like we were saying about our cousins, we don't communicate all the time, but we can kind of like take off from where we left off last. So it's always good to, and then when that person does, I feel like if any of us are going through something that's like a little bit more,
Serious or intense.
Serious, exactly. It's that we show a little bit more attention. You know what I mean? Make it special. Give more attention. Just send a message. I'm praying for you. I love you. Those simple words go a long way. So, yeah.
So I think that as all the sisters touch, everybody has their own personality. Everybody has their own perspective. But I think that when you encounter your family member, may it be a parent, an uncle, you come with grace and you come with kindness. I think that goes a long way. Yeah. Because sometimes people just want your present. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I have grown kids, and none of my kids live near me, other than my oldest son, but still he lives far away, has his own family. So to make the times that you do spend, make them meaningful, meaningful, and be present in the moments that you are. But when you, if you want people to consider you and consider your expectations, one, you have to say them, and two, if you want that for yourself, you also have to do it for other people. You gotta give people a lot of grace, because sometimes people don't say everything that they're going through, but if you're the same, when they see you, they feel more comfortable to share more. So that's my thought on that. Priscilla? Pick up.
You can take them on.
Yeah.
How do you navigate disagreements or misunderstandings while still choosing love? I think at this point in my life, like, energy is important, and so if it doesn't require so much energy, then I'm not gonna waste my time. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like when you're younger, you just fixate on things, and then it takes up your whole energy, your whole day gets wrapped around that, and then you're off. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can go through something and have a disagreement with my sister. Well, the most, we don't have a lot of disagreements, but the most one that happens with is with Rebecca, because she's the closest to me.
And they don't happen often.
They don't. But when we do, we basically, the moment happens, and it feels weird for a minute, but then after that, like, we're kind of normal, back to normal. And then maybe a day or two later, we kind of address the situation in one way or another. But, like, I don't think, at least for me, I'm not someone to hold on to things. And I'm not I don't impose on my beliefs on others. So your opinion is your opinion, and we could be, we could be cool and still disagree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want you to convince me of what you're thinking, and I'm not trying to do that to you. So I just think that I just don't think about the small things. I don't sweat it. Like, there's just bigger things to be worrying about. So at least in that thing, and if there is a major thing, then obviously conversation is really important. And forgiveness, and grace is important as well.
Exactly.
Yep. Like I said again, it's respect and showing, that you can agree to disagree. And at the end of the day, I think we've come in circles after we're older, that we've had conversations, and it's like, well, I don't think you should have said it or done it that way, or you should think about this. And we might get riled up at the moment, not argue, not yelling, because I think that's one of the things that we've been able to maintain a good relationship as sisters and friends and best friends, is because we give respect and we give grace and we try to understand each other, and there's no judgment. And just like we are with each other, we treat others. So I think that as long as you have respect and you have love, and you know that you can accept and forgive, if you're wrong, at the end of the day, there's always a way to fix things. You just have to have a good heart and a sincere heart to want to.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Take it or Becky can take it.
Do you have an answer?
I do, but
You
go
can
ahead.
go ahead.
Okay.
And
So my opinion, I'm just kidding. So I'm the oldest. And so as time went on, I left home really early. So my dynamic with my sisters over time, especially when my parents passed away, became more like maternal. And so when anything is brought up, I don't really get upset about it. I go into mom mode. How can we see eye to eye? Or what is it that you need from me is pretty much where I'm usually at. And if I have an opinion, I'll say my opinion. But what I've learned now in the last year is that sometimes my opinion doesn't really matter. So what I do is just shut up. And so I really just want to.
So you quiet, but you listen more.
I listen more, and I just give them space. Sometimes you just need space.
You just need space and
because
somebody to
sometimes you need
listen.
to process. This is the whole thing. We do not live together. We all have jobs. We all have our own personal issues, thoughts, and feelings and emotions. And so when we're together and one of them at any given time pop off either with each other or outside of each other and stuff like that, first of all, I analyze, because we already talk very loud and we talk at the same time. So I have to kind of observe like what the energy is, you know what I'm saying? But then I realize this is just us, so I don't take anything personal. But if something needs to be addressed, we either address it at the moment or individually, but it comes from, why did that happen? Not, you shouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Just because I think that if you're more curious than opinionated, you'll get more things.
More curious and opinionated. I like that one. Well, I try though as much as I can not to have any kind of like ill feelings or any disagreements with the people I love and I care about. Even if I don't love you, even if I'm not a person that I'm like that close to, but I like you and I know who you are. I try not to have misunderstandings because I don't like the feeling of it. I don't like how much energy it takes from you to have those feelings. As much as I avoided those feelings, not feeling like that, that wasn't also good for me. So now, at this grown age, I learned that I need to tell people the way I feel, and it's just the way you say things, you know. And I think, again, like Priscilla said, because we live here in Boston and we're closer, like. We work together also. We live a block away from each other.
It's a lot of things.
And we're very, and as you guys can see, we're very opposites. Sometimes I don't like the way she treats me. Sometimes she don't like the way I treat her. And there's been moments that I might call one of my sisters and I'm like, yo, am I crazy? Or like, and she's like, Priscilla, just say it this way. I don't know if she does the same thing. I definitely do it. But because again, I don't want to, every morning that I see her, oh, hi, sis, or like, hi, Melly, give her a kiss. And then with my sister, I know there's something there. I hate that feeling. Yeah. That weighs on me more than anything. Yeah. So I always try to look for a way, even with my kids, sometimes as parents, we do not want to admit that we're wrong. Yeah. Because I'm the parent and I said so. Mm-hmm. No, so that's the way your child is going to grow up to be also, and then you can't complain and be upset about it. Mm-hmm. So again, at this grown age, it took me to also be like, you know what, I messed up in some areas. We need to talk about it, and I need to do better. Mm-hmm. And if they're not open to it yet because they're hurt, we need to also give them that space and pray to God that God makes that space for us to be able to talk about those things and fix them. But again, I don't like to be in that space of disagreements, angry, and all that stuff because I don't like the way it makes me feel. So yeah,
same here. I don't like conflict, and so you really have to just roll with the punches.
Yes. Oh my God, this is a long question. Okay. What legacy of love and faith do you hope to build what's that? Together.
Build together. Yeah.
To build together, not just as sisters, but for future generations. So I'll read it again. What legacy of love and faith do you hope to build together, not just as sisters, but for future generations? It's literally built, and I would refer it back to our children because they're the ones that we're teaching, and we're leaving our legacy to them, is to be just a good person, kind, honest, respectful. When it comes to spiritual, for them to know how to have a relationship with the Lord. Those are my main things that I teach my son. Him growing, because at the end of the day, even when they get older, the Bible says that that word will not apart from them. It's not going to go away from them. They're going to always have that in them, and it's installed in them. So what I teach is that yes, sometimes people can be mean.
It's so exciting. I get to hang out with my sisters. What can I say? I love these episodes that we're going to be showing you guys our perspective on different things. Like we always say, those 4 mics represent 4 voices. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't agree. But I am so grateful that you guys are going to be able to get a glimpse of how we talk about different topics. So make sure that you guys come back next week for the next episode.